Hello, 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 all you beautiful people. What's going on? For those that will come in a little bit later, thank you for catching this replay. And for those that are coming in live, I'll wait a little bit as you slide on in because I like to speak to people. Instead of speaking to myself, as I look at myself, can I look at myself? Much love to you all, and I pray that your weekend was awesome. As you may or may not know, my name is Sonja Marie. If you happen to come and land on my face, hello. Welcome to our page. If you're new and if you're not, again, welcome back. Love to see you all in here. There's some wonderful, wonderful changes that are happening as we are sliding into the end of this year. And I just can't wait to share them all. Like, I really, really can't wait to share all the information that I have. But yo, more importantly, there's so much that I want to say. How should I do this in an order, so to speak? Let me say this much. Let me go to my announcements. Let me go to what God told me to share with y'all. Then let me go into the week and its rundown. And then let me read about two people, maybe three, depending on the time goes. But first and very first and foremost, primarily speaking, I want to say hello to the people because y'all are what matters. That's for ding dong, damn sure. Brianna is here. Angie is here. Sweet Tea is here. What up, Danielle? Oh, man. Hey, sweetie. William Matthews. Walaikum assalam, sir. Catherine is here. What up, Vaughn? Peace to you. Akio is here. Chelsea's here. Jay Walker. What's happening? What's happening with you? Did I say hello to Catherine already? Tinjin is here. Hello, Catherine. If I didn't, let me not just blow you off. Tinjin is here, and yes, yes, Catherine. I did not say hello. Well, maybe I did. Don't matter. This week definitely flew by. I feel like we just did this yesterday, to be truthful with you. Let me go ahead and make one or two announcements. Thank y'all for sliding in. Thank you for the four people that put a thumbs up already, and you have no idea what it is that I'm about to say. I appreciate you liking this video already, and I encourage the rest of you, if something resonates with you, please go ahead and put that thumbs up. If you are new, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let the notified button sometimes, because YouTube is not on it all the time. I'm just gonna say. Sometimes y'all get notified, sometimes y'all don't. I get the messages. I get the messages. So anyway, just go ahead and subscribe if you like, and let people know what's going on here in this channel. I appreciate you. All right. A couple of quick announcements. Number one, I am doing a donation-based eclipse workshop a week from tomorrow. On October 25th, I'm doing a workshop here on YouTube. So I'd love for you to come and join me just to let you know what the eclipse season has in store for us all in a general space. I've done this before. Maybe about 6 or 7 months ago, and it was wildly successful. I'm really, really grateful that you all piled in and tuned into what's happening. So y'all should do that again because this is the ending of the eclipse season. Remember the Scorpio Taurus eclipse, they come in pairs, right? So here's the ending that's coming down, and I need to see if we have wrapped up the changes that Scorpio and Taurus actually portended for us. You understand what I'm saying? So join me live Tuesday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be on donation basis. You can hit up my Cash App, or I'll give my Venmo handle as well. $5, $500, $5,000, however much you want to give. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And honestly, coming off the cuff of this other news, I probably need it. Nah, just joking. But really, Essence has let a girl go. I just wanted to put that out there for y'all. You may see my columns for next month, or I should say all the way up to the end of the year. But my reign at Essence Magazine has come to an end, everyone. Yep, from 2014 to 2022, your girl can officially say she was the horoscope columnist for Essence Magazine. They offered up the position to another awesome astrologer. and they were seeking a more Generation Z voice. Y'all know, Squirrel, let me tell you the reason why I'm telling you this, because I don't want y'all looking for me in 2023 when I don't write the column. And for second, I just like to be true. I just like to be honest and open, because that's what this channel, that's what this page, that's what Word Life Astrology is all about. That's what Sonja Marie is all about. Just being true, being open, being vulnerable, showing my mistakes, showing my victories, so we can all just grow and kind of evolve together. That's what it's about, being realer than real. So that's the reason why I'm telling y'all, and to let y'all know, so you can pass the word, and to also thank you for the support, and to thank Essence for the support. To be quite honest with you, I've only been in contact with Grace White, who was my original copy editor, and she passed me on after a couple of years to Charlie Penn, who was my copy editor, and then back to Grace White. And when I got back to Grace White and Charlie left a guy about 6 months ago, I was like, I think my reign is coming to an end. Because Charlie, and not to say Grace wasn't fighting for me, but Charlie was really fighting for a sister, to keep my voice out there, to keep more specifically, and again, this is candid information, but fuck it, this is how we roll. More specifically, my voice was geared to more like of a healing situation. I wanted to put astrology out there in Essence magazine to allow Black women to heal, to get through some stuff that we've been forced to deal with. And I think I kind of did my job, especially as I was posted in there through the pandemic, through such a very, very difficult time, and challenging time, and illuminating time, to be quite honest with you. So now I think they just want to get back to gearing the magazine toward a younger generation, Generation Z, using their verbiage, their vernacular, their understanding. And that's what they're gearing it towards. So there you go. Good luck with that, Essence. Good luck to everybody that worked there. And again, a special thanks to Charlie Penn and to Grace White for just believing in a girl and giving me a chance to get on out there and say the words that I needed to say for Essence and the audience that received it. So thank you. I appreciate that. Don't be sad for me, Voyages. Oh, it's okay, Jay Walker. It's all good. Like truly, truly. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. That's for damn sure. I can come on here a lot more, but to be truthful with you, after 8 years, that's a good time, y'all. Think about it. Who can say that they wrote for Essence for 8 years? Who can really say that? I mean, I can. So I'm not crying. I'm trying to get some books published. I'm trying to be around the world. There's a lot of things that's in store for a sister. So I'm just very, very grateful to just have the opportunity, to be quite honest with you. So, but thank y'all for sticking in there. And for those that found me on Essence and then came onto YouTube or got a reading from me, thank you for following that intuitive hit and for joining our village, our family, our connect. What's up, Linda? You caught me live. I'm so glad that you did. Thank you, Jay Walker. I appreciate that. I'm excited about it. Like truly, this is a good time. Good time. Anyway, boom, chicky boom, get the party going. So again, to be candid, as I'm sitting here, I was like, Kylie, you don't have anything to say, do you? Kylie's like, nope, I said everything I had to say last week. So I said, okay, God, are we going to pick another card, open up another book? Or do we have another off-beaten, off-road kind of track for the beautiful people and the family members, the village members that come to us on YouTube? And Spirit said, yep, I want you to pick that animal card deck. And I'm like, really? Thank you, Danielle. You're so sweet. Thank you. I was like, really? Really, God? You want me to go into the animal cards? I said, first of all, is this going to be like a thing? Y'all like the way I talk to God? And please let me take my time. I'm like, God, it's going to be a thing where like every week we're going to be opening up something new. God said if I wanted to. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be corny and just open up books and cards and just, I'm not that chick. Can you just do what I told you to do? Yes. So as I did it, as I said the prayer for us all, as I'm paying attention to what's coming through, as the cards are flying out my hands and I'm trying to like really get a hold of what's being told and what's coming through my body, more importantly, I started hearing it's a little bit of the same of what I told you. And I'm being very, very honest with y'all because I really believe that this is necessary for us all. Else I wouldn't be saying it. And y'all see how I double check with God, else I wouldn't be presenting it because I don't like to come off anything other than authentic. So I'm like, okay, God, it's the same that you told me when, as I'm shuffling, as I'm talking, as I'm hearing. The other day when you did a spread for yourself, I said, listen, if this is not worthy, I want you to hear me. I want you to say yes when it comes out if it's worthy. I want you to say no if it's just me adding some extra shits to it. So as the card jumps out, I hear yes. I look at the card. It's the same fucking card I picked 3 days ago. So I'm saying, is this for me, God? God said, no, I said it's for everybody. It's the same thing. Are you arguing? This is me and God. Y'all know God is from Yonkers, right? In my mind, God is from Yonkers because God talks to me just like I talk to everybody else. So all I'm saying is, I believe that's the truth for everybody. If you from goddamn Saskatchewan, if you from goddamn Wisconsin, Minnesota, whoop, 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 whoop. If you from Czechoslovakia, God, in my opinion, is gonna talk to you how you hear it. When I do my readings, y'all, I know I'm going on mad tangents, but I'm gonna get to this card in a minute. When I do my readings, I absolutely see poetry. I absolutely see pictures. And I believe that depending on who you are and the type of intuit that you would like to be and open up to be and service for spirit, messages come through depending on who you are. Did y'all know that? Like for real, you don't always have to always see spirits and angels and ancestors in the corner. You know what I mean? It can show up in whatever way makes you comfortable. I tell my clients this all the time because like begets like, right? I attract a lot of people who are like me, and they oftentimes get a little weirded out by the fact that they can see too and don't know how to control it or understand it or manage it or not to become frightened by it. And I'm like, yo, we could take the power and say, yo, I don't want y'all standing in the corner. I need y'all to talk to me how I want to be talked to. So I get talked to through pictures and through Yonkers sounding God spirit like. So I'm not afraid. I just want y'all to tuck that in your bra or put it in your pipe and smoke it. Like really, really, really nosh on that thing, on that thought, in case you do see spirits and you wonder how they talk to you. They talk to you in a way in which you won't be afraid. If you're afraid, then that's you. If you're not afraid, then that's spirit. Okay, that's that. Anyway, vibrations and smells and sounds. Yep, Miss Limitless. Let me get to the card though. Are y'all interested in the card? Let me get some thumbs up real quick. Or say, hell no, I want you to do the week. While I sips my water here. Y'all interested in the card? Give me some yes, yes, y'all. Some hell yeah. Some nah, I'm good. I'm good, Sonja. Just go on to the astrology week. Tell us what it's going to be about. I've been really, really thirsty lately. Yes, please, Latoya. Well, all right, let's get down on it. Again, I'm going to give y'all selective DBs. You in the house? I'm going to give y'all selective little snippets to be truthful with you. But you know what I picked, y'all? A couple of days ago, and for us, apparently, because that's how spirit talks. The wild boar. The wild boar deals with confrontation. This is an awesome set that I have called the medicine cards. I'm sure a bunch of you are familiar with it. The wild boar deals with confrontation. Again, Native Americans and the indigenous folks of this land and other lands believe that not only do the stars have messages and the planets have messages, but animals have messages too. So when you see a wild boar, if you're the first to see a wild boar or an eagle, or good God, Sonja, a dragonfly or a butterfly, whatever kind of insect or animal or whatever that comes your way first, crosses your path, there's a message for you, is what Native Americans believe, okay? I just wanted to let you know. That card was pulled for you a couple of weeks ago, Latoya. It's a damn, now listen, please forgive me. I didn't mean to insult anyone who already knows the medicine of animals. This is just to tell those that don't. Okay. So yes, the hummingbirds have joy, Vaughn. Like I said, the wild boar is confrontation. The eagle is spirit. We can go on and on. Dragonflies are illusion. The coyote is a trickster. The wolf is the teacher. Y'all want more? The snake is obviously transformation. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you're surprised, Latoya? Well, here's the deal. The message is coming back to you, sweetie pie. It's coming back for all of us. Here we go. Confrontation. How should I read this? If the board has charged your cards today, you are being asked to confront anything or anybody that you have been avoiding. Pay attention, embrace your warrior nature, and find courage to confront your fears. Saturn is going direct on Sunday. That's the real reason. Oh my God, come on now, God, don't do this. Embrace your warrior nature and find the courage to confront your fears. Or are you being asked to confront a personal weakness or a career challenge? Is it time to finish a project that you abandoned thinking it might be too difficult to accomplish? Confront your feelings regarding some situation that makes you nervous or causes discomfort and bring yourself the peace of closure. If you have been procrastinating, I'm just saying, Wild Boar is reminding you to quit avoiding the inevitable. In all cases, it is insisting that you be fully present and mindful of what is happening and why. If you drew this card, we did, you remember, I'm sorry. If you drew this card, you already possess the courage needed to confront all that life offers. Just remember where you hid that courage. Challenges do not simply vanish. Y'all hear that? Challenges don't vanish. Because you have 5 cups of coffee and you got energy to do everything else but your challenge. Challenges just don't vanish because you kiss it away, fuck it away, love it away, pay it away. Challenges just don't vanish, is what this card is saying. Unless you actively embrace your issues, you cannot reclaim your spirit's energy. Half the battle is won through the warrior's willingness to acknowledge and to accept the whole truth at all times. Ashe, ashe, ashe. By thumbs up, by yes, yes, y'all, who needed the wild boar to step into their lives today? And like I said, like perfection and how God is, come on now. Saturn is going direct on on Sunday. Y'all been hearing me scream. Y'all been hearing me scream about Saturn. Y'all been hearing me scream about its reverse position and how in its reverse position, it's telling us time and time and time again to check those goddamn fears. Y'all got this? I'm so, so happy that this made sense to you. And I'm so happy that I didn't listen to my own ego and was like, I'm not doing that again, God. That's corny. God's like, but you just do what I tell you to do. Anyway, in any case, I'm glad because if it helped you, that's what it's supposed to do. Yes, this week we're going to talk about what Saturn is building us up for. But surprisingly, there aren't a lot of aspects with Saturn in the mix. However, there's some things, some aspects in regards to Mars, though. So if you're the person that takes notes, Vaughn, keep it on deck. If you're the person that take notes, pay attention to Saturn's aspect, the 2 or 3 that there are, and then a couple of Mars's aspect. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Because Mars is the action planet, as we already know, right? Mars is good God, sorry. Mars is confrontation. The boar. Come on now, don't fuck with me. Mars is confrontation. Mars is action. Mars is fighting. Mars is anger. Mars is motivation. Mars is movement. Mars is determination. Mars is get that thing done. So let's pay attention to Mars as we confront some things with Saturn going direct on Sunday. And at the same time, Mars is going retrograde on October 30th, all the way up until January 10th. 12th, I'm sorry, January 12th. I had to look at my notes, 2023. If y'all didn't know that, do you know that? And the reason why we have to bring this thing up now, again, I'm all for preparation and feeling the energy and knowing what's changing, what's shifting, so we can be aware. With Saturn going direct, with Mercury going direct, with all these other planets doing their best to go direct, and then Mars is going to go retrograde at the end of the month, we're going to feel like, okay, things are getting off my back. Saturn went direct or is going direct. Okay, my fears, I'm getting set up. My fears are getting off my back. When Pluto went direct, okay, my power is back. Boom, bada boom. Mercury went direct. Okay, my head is clear. Now, only two planets we have in the sky after Sunday would be Uranus and Neptune that are still going retrograde. They're far, far planets, y'all. Understand this. They're far planets, so they may not affect us personally as much, but they will come up in certain aspects. The thing that we have to remember is that soon and very soon, Mars is going to be retrograde on October 30th. Wait, hold on. I just got my mojo. I just reevaluated all this shit. Now for the next how many months? All November and December and some in the first couple of weeks of January, it's gonna be retro, and which means that people are not gonna feel like doing shit. It's actually a little bit more frustrating than all of those 6 planets this summer that have been retrograde. Why? Because Mars is movement. And you won't feel like doing shit. All the things that you revisit, you won't feel like implementing them. So I'm saying this to say is that from this moment on, from the sound of my voice until the end of the month, you got to get good on it, Cupcake. Make good on it, Cupcake, as they say. Does that make sense to y'all? I'm doing my best to set us up. I'm doing our best, again, to apply these extra messages to say that if we got to move fast, if we got to move at all, this is the moment to confront. Does that make sense, y'all? This is the moment to close your eyes and just jump. This is the moment to have that weird, wild, off the beat conversation with somebody that you've been holding on for a long time. Somebody that you just been like, I know I got to talk to them, but it's going to be weird. I don't want to hear what they got to say because their trauma and this and human stuff is going to get in the middle of blah, 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 blah. Find a way. Find a way to confront them. Find a way to confront anything, because here's the deal. When we confront other people, when we confront these opportunities, these job opportunities, or the lack of them, or the fact that we need a job and we need to hustle just a little bit more in different areas. When we confront things, we confront ourselves. Do you get that? I do not want to make them separate, because this is always going back to us. Confrontation is always going back to us, regardless if you got to confront a human being, a situation, an opportunity. Don't put it on the things that are tangible or the people that are around you. It's about you confronting your own fears. It's about you saying, I'm not good enough for that job, so I'm not going to apply. Confront your own shit, your own self-doubts. It's about you saying, I'm not big enough to speak my language. Squirrel, I had a thought about this the other day, and I'm wondering how many beautiful Black and brown women, and I don't care, you could be white and yellow as well. But the reason why, again, I preface it with Black and brown, because I am Black and brown, and this is my story. But if you're another color, good, latch on to this understanding. Nationality, latch on to this understanding. Here's the deal. How many of you, squirrel, this is a straight squirrel conversation, have been in a situation in which you've had to muster some courage, in which you had to confront some shit, like honestly, and you knew, let's just put the whole scene together. You in the bathroom, you pumping yourself up, you applying your makeup, you fixing your face, you taking your deep breaths, you putting light around you. How many of us have gotten to this position of gearing ourselves up, self-talking, clapping it up? Come on, Sonja. Come on, Michelle. Come on, Naila Porter. You in here now? Come on, Linda. Come on, Angie. And then all of a sudden you hear the goddamn committee. Do y'all know the committee is? You ever heard me talk about the committee? I think I did a year ago. But the committee. The committee is your mama, your auntie, your grandmother, your great auntie, your grandfather. Oh, and if you're a dude, possibly maybe you have a committee too. Oh, that chick ain't nothing. Oh, that shit ain't this. What? The committee. The committee is the conversation in your mind, in your head, as a Black Moon Lilith kind of cloud that's standing over you like the boogeyman, talking you out of your greatness. Now, listen, these committees, these people, your mother and father, listen, we're not downing them. We understand that their fear and their need to be our committee is doing its best to protect us from what it is that they were up against, not knowing that we probably may not go up against that this time in this lifetime, but that committee still stands strong. Y'all not hearing me? Y'all don't have a committee? Nobody has a committee. Yes, yes, y'all. Can y'all make me feel like I'm not alone? That committee, absolutely in the back of your mind, sitting right up on your chest, on your shoulders, will talk you out of every single thing that you're about to get into. Will actually allow you to dodge the light. You have to confront the committee too. You got to confront the thoughts too. You got to be like a boar on that thing and say, and tell your committee, yo, sit down for a second. Sit down for a minute, just for a quick second. I appreciate your love, but I'm going to do something that I've never done before. And I'd love for y'all to just sit here and watch me just in case I drown. But how about I act like a boar right now and just blare through this goddamn thing? How about I act like a boar right now? How about I act like the tough chick, the dude that I am? How about I act like somebody that has faith in God that's bigger than the committee, that has faith in me that's bigger than the committee? Y'all have your position, but let me push through this thing real quick to see if I'm gonna make it or not. Because I never tried before. Because I always had y'all sitting there waiting. I always had y'all in the rafters keeping me safe. I don't want to be safe anymore. I want to be successful. I don't want to be safe in a sense where I have to be protected by every little thing that's going to frighten me, shake me up, make me grow. Confronting with boar style makes you grow. Do you understand that? Confronting boar style, talking to people, you don't have to argue. You don't have to curse people out. You can confront the situation by putting your boundaries up and saying, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to rock. These are my weaknesses. Even confronting yourself. These are my fucking weaknesses, man. Every time this cat does X, Y, and Z, says X, Y, and Z, I drive home 15 minutes later, I got to come back. Work on your comebacks because you know that maybe in the moment you're not paying attention as much as you can or much as you should because that's your weakness. Are y'all hearing me? Look, like I sit like a little kid, like, y'all talking to me? Are y'all hearing me? Confront that shit. Confront that shit because we got things to do because Mars is about to go retrograde and then you're not going to want to do a goddamn thing. Come on now. All right. Let me get on track. 25 minutes, 26 minutes later. Today, the moon is in Cancer. Yes. And Venus is in Libra. So the moon and Venus is squaring. Your desires are more realistic than your expressions. So don't let your emotions override you. Yes. You know, with Venus being in Libra, Venus being the desire and the passion of being fair, of being a little detached in a sense, excuse me for burping, y'all, of looking for the information, of being a median, and it is taking away from the emotion that needs to come through. It kind of feels like, I don't know why this analogy came to me, but you know when you're trying to hold back a cry and your face gets swollen or your eyes get a little misty, you get a little sweat on your nose. That's what it feels like, in my opinion, what I just saw with the moon squaring up against Venus. It's almost like there's a desire for you to do something, for you to say something, for you to hold on, or I should say this. Let me say that again. There's a desire for you to show the value in your fairness. I think that's better said. There's a desire for you to show the value in your fairness, whether it comes to people in your family, at your workplace, or whatever the case may be. But your emotions is coming through your body, almost making you sweat again on your nose. Your eyes about to bug out because you need to express something that's against this desire. I guess a fuck about being fair right now. These motherfuckers shanked me last week. I just a fuck about being a partnership right now. Desire, Venus and Libra. These motherfuckers took my money last week. The emotion wants to override the desire to be fair. That's a square today, and that's a problem. Let me tell you, you might want to vent to yourself, to somebody else, before you actually slip into that justice mode. Does that make sense? The way in which we deal with squares is that we have to give them time for each other, meaning we have to give both reverence. We have to give the emotions of the moon reverence, and we have to give Venus and its desire to be fair reverence. Are y'all hearing me? Which means emote when you need to. Get that shit out. Cancer style, you gotta cry. Get that shit out. Eat a little extra something. You got to make yourself feel good and feel safe and feel comfy inside. But then you have to hold space to be desired, or I should say to desire a fair outcome too. I don't want to run this point, but I think this is a very, 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 very clear situation today for Monday. You'll have to pay attention to that, please and very please. Today, also, Moon in Cancer trines, goodness, Sonja. uh, the Moon trines Neptune. That's going reverse. Revisit your inner connections. Get ready to put them to work. Yup. As I sips my water. You know why? Because like I said, and I've been saying, Neptune and Pisces has been saving us all. So even though we want to fight against our desires today, we also want to connect, lay down, be in a trine, which is the aspect to Neptune too, to our imagination, to the things that we have to revisit, our internal space, our connection to spirit, right? Connect to our ancestors and our guides that can assist us in confronting. Because another thing about confrontation is about in my opinion, what I just saw anyway is timely. It's a timely situation. You have to know when to confront a situation in order to get the best out of it. Does that make sense to everybody? Y'all paying attention to this? Like it's like reading the room. I mean, even though the boar can sit back and like with its nasty smell and its goddamn rough ass hair and its intimidating tusk, like it can come at you at any time. But if it comes at you too quick or too late, you know what I mean? It can't find you. It's not gonna mow you. But the boar will hang out in the bush. It's timely. It has to be the timing. You understand? To confront the thing in order to get to the target. The Moon, trine and Neptune helps us to find the timing today. And throughout the week, as a matter of fact, because that Moon is going to stay in, well, it has been in Cancer, but in any case, it's going to help us to connect today with what it is that we're supposed to confront with the power of spirit on our back. All right? Be clear about it when you tap into Neptune today. I just wanted to say that. Especially that the moon, if the moon and Venus is squaring, well, the moon and the sun is squaring because Venus is in Libra, the sun is in Libra. So we're already feeling off balance based on our shine. Feeling off balance due to emotions. You want to hold on. You want to stay stuck in your shit. You know, the moon in Cancer is really weird, especially the negativity of the moon in Cancer comes out when it's squaring anything. So when it's squaring the sun, the negativity of the moon in Cancer could be holding on to the past, holding on to complaints. Cancer energy complains way too much. I'm just going to say that. Why? Because it wants its feelings to be validated, and it will complain to anybody and everybody that doesn't that has not validated its feelings to validate its feelings now because I'm complaining about it. So what are you complaining about today? What are you trying to hold on today? That's going against the median, that's going against the balance, that's going against being fair and being just with everybody that's, everybody in your world. Like, why are you pouting? Why are you pouting? There's no reason to pout. There's no reason for me to pout, right? Okay, I got a little rose water on. Being that I was thinking of Essence. Being that I'm no longer with Essence, who wants to pout about that shit? I could, that's for sure. Especially being that they only gave me a little bit of time. I'm only joking. But I'm not, because Sonja talks shit. But I could pout. There's no reason to pout. I had a good time, man. Why pout? Why pout? When this off balance feeling of the moon, our emotions, and the sun just trying to shine some fairness out the motherfucking, give everybody else a chance, there's no reason to pout. Because we're still in the season of receiving information, of being fair, of working with our partner, of finding another partner to work with. If Essence is not the partner, if your past lover is not the partner, if your past friend is not the partner, or accountant or attorney is not the partner, stay and finding the shine of the partner. Does that make sense? Sun and Libra, as opposed to getting your feelings hurt and wanting to stay in the past and what happened in the past, Cancer Moon, and what it felt like and how safe I was. And the fact that I need to complain about it or I need to overeat about it. Remember, the moon is fleeting. It's necessary to jumpstart a lot of shit, but it's very, very fleeting. So don't be mad too long. In and out. Let's go. Because air is occupying the sky. That's for sure. In this moment in time. The moon will be opposition Pluto. So if you let your emotions spin out, then you're going to let your power spin out. See how that works? If the moon is in Cancer and you let that moon spin out because it's squaring Venus and it's squaring the sun, it's gonna spin out and throw you off Pluto, throw you off your power, throw you off, the fact that you still standing in the sand. You still got your position. You still a pillar in the community. You still doing your work. You still there. You're still the bomb diggity. And I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about us all. The changes that are happening, the repositioning that's happening, the fact that you want to shine in a different way, then your feelings going to get hurt. Don't worry about that. Keep your feet planted in the soil, as well as the fact that the sun is trining Mars. So we kind of have to stay in that position of the sun of Libra. To reiterate, being fair, finding the median, being balanced. You understand what I'm saying? Being those direct partners. Why? Because it's trining Mars. It's helping us to stay focused. It's helping us to keep going. You understand what I'm saying? It's helping us to plant to plow the field, to plan the course of action. What's going to be the next course of action is the point. You got time to get your feelings hurt. You understand what I'm saying? And if your feelings are hurt, go in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, go in your room, take 5 minutes, cry about it, because the moon in Cancer can affect people in that way. I just got to get it out. Okay, get it out, baby. Ain't nobody going to judge you for that. But then the show must go on. Y'all know that? That's what I love about being an artist, and especially an artist coming up in the 70s and the 80s. Them motherfuckers, squirrel, they was hard. The choreographers and the directors in my time, they didn't give you time to do nothing. You didn't eat? Who cares? Keep going. The show must go on. Your cat died? Well, you got to hit that mark at 5:55. The song is about to cue. You got to run on stage, bitch. The show still goes on. I hope y'all understand that. Okay. Tomorrow, the moon goes into Leo at 12:45 a.m. So in the middle of the night, the moon will go into Leo. And that way, tomorrow, the moon will trine Jupiter, go in reverse all day. Yep, that's a good thing, because we still want to discover those gems that's coming out. Jupiter will go direct next week. So Jupiter is going direct next week. Let me see if I can take a quick peek at that. What day is that? On the 28th. Jupiter goes direct on the 28th, right? Saturn goes direct on the 25th. So truly, very truly, we are being set up for both of those energies, Saturn and Jupiter, to reap the rewards that we need. I don't know if you ever heard me say this, but when Saturn goes direct, or when Saturn exits a particular house, if it's transiting a particular house in your chart, always leaves rewards. If Jupiter goes direct, after you reevaluate what works for you and what doesn't work with you, you always get a reward. So that's where we're at right now. Where are your rewards for confronting a situation? Boom. I'm going to keep bringing up that little wild boar because he gets me hyped. I don't know about y'all, but the boar gets me hyped. I'm ready to confront those things about myself. More importantly, about myself than anybody else. Where are those weak spaces that you keep leaning on? You think it's going to get stronger because you keep doing it? No, they never worked. Pluck them away. All right, anyway. So it's good tomorrow that the moon is trining Jupiter and discovering them blessings before Jupiter goes direct. Then we got Venus trining Mars. Find the value, the possible coins in several options turned into movement. Yes, okay. Those are my notes. I have to make sense of my notes sometimes. Find the value or the possible coins in which you can utilize several options and turn it into movement. So if money needs to come from a certain thing, you got to move. If the value and the encouragement needs to come from yourself, you got to move. Now, with Mars being in Gemini, that's a beautiful thing because there's a couple of different things that you can do. Mars in Gemini never deals one way, one singular sensation. That would be more Mars in Taurus, to be truthful with you, because that's to concentrate on one thing methodically before it can do another. Mars in Gemini is like Splay. I'm gonna put out about 5 different things in which we can do to make things happen. So if you are not the type of person, or I should say, if you're the type of person that you can juggle and handle that Mars in Gemini, that's a beautiful thing. You can find the value in that tomorrow. You can make some money in that tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? You can get pumped up, have some desire, get some passion about, okay, well, I can do this and I can do this, and I can have several streams of income, even though one stream of income has left or 2 streams of income have left. You can come up with 2, 4, 5 different streams of income, because Mars and Gemini says, go get that shit. This is for all of us. Sometimes it may sound like I'm talking about myself on this thing, but trust and believe this is for all of us. I want y'all to know that. I did get a DM one time where it says, sometimes I just think you're talking about yourself. It wasn't a polite DM, to be truthful with you. And I said, I do use myself for examples. That's for sure. However, this message is for all of us. You know why? Because we all vibrate and radiate in the same energy. Don't get it twisted, y'all. People. Okay, I have to round that thought out because I was going to go somewhere else on some real squirrel shit. South African squirrel shit. About to jump continents and shit. All right. Wednesday, the moon goes into, the moon will stay into Leo. I hope y'all were still with me. The moon will stay into Leo. And it will sextile, Mercury, because Mercury is in Libra, right? So back up your decisions with courage. I love that. I love how it's all. So if confrontation is the message that we're giving, we're confronting our weaknesses and all of that. We're seeing that Jupiter is still unleashing, still showing us where to go, still giving us our gems and shit. And on Wednesday, we see that the moon is like, I feel everything that you're thinking and think everything that you're feeling. Back up your decisions with courage. Now, here's the deal, and the real thing about decisions is because Venus is in. I'm sorry, Mercury is too. Venus and Mercury and the Sun are all in Libra, and Libra energy is very, very indecisive. However, when there's the moon that's coming behind it or alongside of it, sextiling it, you feel good about any decisions that may be looming. The moon, sextiling Mercury. So on Wednesday, it's a good day for you to feel good about the decisions you're making. And if you're on the fence, the way to jump is what feels good. The way to jump is where your heart's gonna beat. The way to jump is not what makes you afraid, more so of what makes a desire come alive in your heart to do a thing. It's 2 different types of fear sometimes. You understand me? It's the fear that's, oh my God, if I do this, oh my God, I'm gonna jump in the pool, but I know 2 seconds later I'm gonna have a good time. That kind of anticipatory fear, or you're gonna jump in, you going into something that you know is gonna kill you, and you trying to find a way around that shit. Find the fear. Find the decisions, make the decisions on that day, on Wednesday, that will allow you to speak your mind, that'll allow you to plan differently, that'll allow you to make decisions on where you need to go, especially on Wednesday. Why? Because as I see, the Sun squares Pluto. Oh shit, Sonja, I'm getting hot. The Sun squares Pluto. So you best to be feeling how you thinking, making that decision based on how you feel and where your expressions are. Why? Because the Sun is going up against Pluto. So that means somewhere along the line, there's going to be this power play. Somewhere along the line, the Sun is going to be like, well, I said we should do X, Y, and Z. And Pluto goes, well, I've been standing in the sand, watching the waves come up and down and trying to take me off of my position. And I'm not getting off of my position. Well, there's a battle that's going on with the ego and your power to transform some things. What's going to help you break out of that confrontation, so to speak, with the Sun and Pluto is by making up your mind. Sonja's good. I am good, motherfuckers. Y'all should actually book a reading. On the real, I love doing couples reads and I love doing readings one-on-one, but I really love talking to folks and helping people to see how the universe, how this shit orchestrates to make us. It's not just one singular solitary thing. It's no, never. If Wednesday, the fucking Sun and Pluto is fighting, but the moon and Mercury is saying, we're kind of good. I kind of think this way and I feel this way and we're on the same accord. Stay with your thoughts that day. Why allow your ego to fight your position of power? Boom. Look for the happy in that day, as opposed to going where the sun and Pluto is, and all of a sudden somebody has a power trip. All of a sudden somebody wants to buck you. All of a sudden you don't believe in your own power. In my opinion, go to your thoughts. Go to what it is that you've been planning to do. In my opinion, go to the things that you've been confronting, to the weaknesses that are actually showing up a little bit stronger. In my opinion, how do you feel about that thing? Where's the courage behind that thing? Where's the will? With the moon being in Leo, you got will. Saying, I know it may be a little shaky. I know the water may be a little cold, but I'm going to jump in anyway because Mercury said to make the decision. Don't fight. All right. I hope that makes sense, because that was a lot of words. That was a lot of freaking words. Okay. The moon squares Uranus on that same day, Wednesday. You don't feel good about the change that's happening. Ooh, there's a lot of, I can go crazy on Wednesday, or interpreting Wednesday, because there's this back and forth kind of thing. There's that should be coyote spirit. There's a trickster spirit that's in Wednesday that wants to kind of talk you out of all the work that you've been doing and all the transformations that you've been making. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe your ego wants to talk you out of it. Maybe your need to be, again, rebellious. Your need to be an individual. Your need to be unique and upstanding in some kind of way wants to talk you out. The committee is coming, cuz the committee is like on fucking one right now. Get that? And it's a good reason why. Because Saturn is about to go direct. I love the fact that the committee is coming up, because now you can communicate with the committee, deal with the committee, encourage the committee to take a seat every now and again, employ the committee to come up when a certain person comes around or when a certain situation comes around. We can manage our existence, y'all. We don't have to allow fear and other people's situations overrun our lives. You get that? We can manage it. We know what's happening. We know that there's going to be some resistance to change when we start to get our power. Like, when you think about it, that's science. That's science. When we start to get powerful and shit, there'll be a lot of things in the universe that's coming at us to say, yo, you're not that powerful. And you're like, I know, huh? I didn't think I was this powerful, but I guess I am. So bitches move. Who you gonna do? Listen to these little weird ass planets and people and situations that's coming and punking you to tell you that you're not a certain thing? Are y'all hearing me? Because y'all kind of quiet. Did y'all drop out? Is this thing even working? Is this on? Yo, y'all there? I know I say a lot in a broadcast, because I literally try to get it all out of my body. I'm gonna tell you honestly, and sometimes it takes you to look at this again. But hear what I'm saying. This week is an awesome setup, because they're trying to trick. They're trying to trick us. They're trying to punk us. They're trying to put us in a position to actually win. How do we win? Stand in our power and see our own weaknesses, so they can't talk shit about us. Listen, on Wednesday too, trying to go up against Uranus and its difference, right? The moon is also quincunx to Neptune. So your dream time may be weird, and or on Wednesday, your dream time may be incredibly revealing. Thank y'all for responding to me. Your dream time on, what was that, Wednesday night, could be incredibly revealing. I love when messages come up in the dream time. So pay attention to your nighttime dreams on Wednesday, if indeed you do remember them when you wake up on Thursday, because they will let you know honestly where your fears lie, where your weaknesses lie. You know how you can prompt dream time too? Oftentimes you can drink some water before you go to bed. Make sure shit is from underneath your bed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, eat something that's a little hard, or I should say heavy. Like right now is the root vegetables. So like some root vegetables before you go to bed that night, honestly, to put you in the REM state. So you can think, you can remember about the messages that are coming up subconsciously on Wednesday night. That'll be good for us. Trust me when I tell you. Why? Because the same day, just before we go to bed, the moon is opposition. Oh, thank you, Rabbi Rob. I appreciate that. The moon is opposition. I would really, really encourage y'all. Y'all can use a Cash App as well, because I'm not really too. I get my money from YouTube very, very slowly. I'm not mad at it, but I'm very, very grateful, Rabbi Rob. But y'all can use Cash App too, $ Sonja Kamal. I appreciate that. You're really, really sweet for that, Rabbi Rob. I'm gonna hug you one day. Okay. At the same time, oh, glad I put that there. At the same time, like I was about to say, the moon is opposition Saturn. Oh, for real? Yeah. So all these feelings that we feeling on Wednesday, going up our rebellion, the feelings that we're feeling on Wednesday, that are in alignment with our decisions. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna go up against Saturn. So Saturn is like, yo, I'm trying to clean this out. I'm trying to show you how to confront some things. I'm trying to show you what disciplines and what boundaries you need to put up. The moon is actually on that day giving us courage to see, to balance us out and see what we need to see what we need to confront even more. I love that. I love that. But because it's in Leo, I really need y'all to pay attention though. Because moon in Leo, courage and will, sometimes we get a little too willful in the sense that it will block some things out. And in the sense that it has higher expectations in what it needs to in that moment. So even though you may see, I mean, just use this as an example, on Wednesday, a fear or a challenge being a big thing, and then the moon in Leo is opposition saying, we can do that, we can do that, we can take it on because we're big and we're bold and we're lioness. Your courage may have to find a way to balance out exactly what this challenge is. Don't come too hard is the point. Because sometimes that lioness, that Leo lion kind of moon energy can come at people way too hard, can come out way too hard. And then you miss the actual lesson. You miss the actual balancing of the weakness in which you're trying to get strong in. The moon opposition Saturn. I hope that makes sense. I hope y'all listening. On Thursday, there's a lot of shit going down. And I'm glad that I set it up in this way because there's so much going on and it's all contingent on the moon because the moon has about about 5 aspects to different planets on that day. And the moon in Leo again can be very, very courageous, very, very willful. You get some shit done. With the moon in Leo, it's like get the fuck out the way. Like your emotions is like I got this. I'm in the place. But it can also be very egotistical at times. So you have to make sure that how should I say it? You have to make sure that you do it in a way in which not only does it service everybody, but it services from the heart. Because Leo energy shines, especially in the moon, when it comes from a generous space. And it's not just about being fair, although Libra season represents that. It's also about being fair, but being open, being loving, being compassionate. That's a bigger thing. People need a hug every now and again with that. It's going to be all right. Not, oh, it's going to be all right. Come on, everybody, just come together. Sometimes you need a little bit more reassurance. So that Leo energy on Thursday comes back around to sextile Mars. Sextile Mars to irritate, which is a quincunx to Pluto. To sextile Venus. To sextile the sun, because the moon will be in Leo and the sun, Venus, and Mars. Well, the sun and Venus will be in Libra, my bad. And then Mars will be in Gemini. So it's a beautiful thing to execute, to push ourselves for some completion on Thursday. It's a beautiful thing to find the value in something and win on Thursday. It's a beautiful thing to believe in you because the moon will sextile the sun on Thursday. All right. But the challenge comes when it quincunx again, Pluto, power plays. These power plays, I'm trying to tell you, is coming into place this week. Based on the analogy that I gave y'all last week, it's just trying to get us off of our square to see how committed we are to our new way of living, how committed we are to the transition that we just made, the transformation that we just made. You understand? With the transformation, as we're moving along, we are still discovering things in which we need to get strong in. It's sticking and moving, y'all. That's the name of the game right now. So you got to watch for the things that's trying to take your power away. You got to stand strong in the things that make you feel strong and happy, and allow the things that have been basically, in my opinion, reminding you of the fear and the things that you've been coming up against all your life. You need to let that kick rocks. Because at this point, that's just a shadow. At this point, that's just some irritation. At this point, that's some shit you either gonna look at and say, what's the problem? What's wrong? Can we get through this shit? Or let it go. That's all I'm gonna say. And on Thursday, it's a real big day for that. Again, I don't know if I said this, but Venus squares Pluto. I'm trying to tell you, this is the week of let me punk you and put you in your place. Let me get you out of that sand right now. Venus squaring Pluto, values up against the power play again. Come on. Now you're trying to punk me. Now you're trying to show me, or I should say, you're trying to see where my morals lie. You understand? See where my value lies. See where my security, my security, my self-esteem lies. Are you trying to fuck with my money? And that's why it's going up against my power, or my power position, or my powerful position? Are you fucking with my money because you think that I'm not as powerful as I was at one point? No, I'm going to have to come in and reintroduce myself. I actually have 1 or 2 or 4 other things that I need to remind you of that I do. So give me my money. Venus is about money. Pluto is about power. They are squaring one another on Thursday. That's a big fucking deal. Okay. The moon goes into Venus. Good God. The moon goes into Virgo at 12:25 p.m. On Thursday, which is a good deal, because now it's about, okay, coming out of that expression of Cancer, the moon being in Cancer, the hardcore willfulness of the moon being in Leo. And now we're wrapping it up the week with the moon being in Virgo. Yes, finding some details, finding some rationale in this whole thing. But you have to be careful on Thursday night as the moon quincunxes Jupiter. Remember, we're reviewing Jupiter as well as we're reviewing Saturn. And Jupiter can throw a little bit in the mix as it quincunx and adds some irritability to the fact of why you're picking out these blessings and these opportunities that are coming your way. You may be nitpicking on them. That sets up a whole nother picture in my mind, because again, the moon in Cancer, the moon in Leo set us up in a different way. And now you have to put some organization on it, some details behind it, some rationale in the things that have been in review thus far, right? Up until Thursday. The power plays, the weaknesses. I'm reiterating for a reason. You understand the opportunities and the blessings that are coming your way. Yes, but please and very please, on Thursday evening, do not nitpick the dreams and the blessings and the opportunities that are coming your way. You can always say no, but what if you said yes? Nitpicking comes when you're afraid. Nitpicking comes when it doesn't fall out the way you want it to. Nitpicking comes when it needs to be organized in a particular way and it's not organized in that way. Nitpicking comes when you can foresee a failure before the success even has a chance to breathe. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do yourself that. Don't do that to yourself on Thursday, okay? I know I'm speaking all kinds of different languages and grammatically incorrect, but don't do yourself that. I said it again. Don't do that to yourself, please. On Thursday, nitpicking these blessings that are coming your way. Feel your blessings. Figure out what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. And if you can't figure it out, just fucking jump, man. Just jump, because you can always retract it. You can always say, I don't need that. You can always pull back. You can always just utilize whatever you started to utilize and pivot when it's time. Have more faith in yourself. On Friday, please, just this one little weird ass. Yes, Jay Walker. Thank you for putting that in one sentence. No self-sabotaging on Thursday, please. Okay. On Friday, the moon trines Uranus. So revisit the weirdo. After you done knocked down the weirdo 2 days or a day before that, no, 2 days before that, on Wednesday, when the moon was squaring Uranus, now it wants to be nice on Friday. Revisit the weirdo. Relax on the rebellion, okay? On Saturday, I'm going to try to pick it up, as y'all always notice as we get down to the end of this thing. I try to wrap it up. And thank y'all for putting up the thumbs up. Somebody just dropped out of here. But thank y'all for the 25 thumbs ups. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Excuse me. On Saturday, Please share this video with somebody that you think that would benefit from it, okay? I really appreciate that. On Saturday, the moon goes into, excuse me, stop burping, Sonja. The moon goes into Libra at 9:24 p.m. Before that, it's in Virgo. Yes, we need that Virgo organization and clarity on Saturday as we clean the house, as we get our mind in order, as we get what we have just witnessed this week in regards to our fears and our boundaries that we had to confront one more time. With the moon in Virgo, it's always a beautiful thing because moon in Virgo can be a little, not only detached, but objective. Moon in Virgo is always just finding a reason. What's the reason? What's the justification for a thing? Sometimes there is no reason and you don't want to go into denial and act like it didn't happen, but you want to find something. You want to be logical about a thing before you blow up. Okay. So Saturday, as the moon is in Virgo, that moon is opposition of our Neptune. So it's taking our imaginations and making sense of it. It's taking our connection with spirit and making sense of it, balancing it out. Okay. The moon is trining Pluto. So it's telling us, please, please, and very please stay in your power. Remember, above and beyond everything else that goes this week, keep your feet in the sand. You understand? As well as the moon opposition Jupiter going reverse. Find your joy. Find your joy. Even though this thing is balancing out, find your joy in your emotions as you are revisiting these opportunities that are coming your way. As you are revisiting, saying, yeah, this didn't work, this works now, I want this reward doesn't work, I'm gonna pass that on to my sister, I think they can get up. You understand what I'm saying? Squirrel, the best way, the quickest way for you to get blessed is to pass your blessings on to somebody else sometimes. When you know damn well you don't have any use for it, why not give it to somebody else? That's how the blessings keep flowing. You understand what I'm saying? Not hold it on, let me sell it. Not hold it on, let me figure out if I need it next year and have that shit pile up in my room. Pass the blessings on. Please and very please. This comes down to Saturday because that moon is in opposition to Jupiter and we're still trying to figure it out. Still trying to figure out what works for us. At the same time, though, Mercury on Saturday will trine. Oh, I love this. Saturn going reverse. It's about the planning. So before Saturn goes direct on Sunday, it sits with us on Saturday in our brain, our thought process about the planning. Remember, Mercury is in Libra, Saturn is in Aquarius. It's about the planning. This air sign planning. It's about getting a list. It's about writing it down. It's about having conversations, okay, about what you feared, about what you no longer fear. It's about being vulnerable and putting voice to that thing, saying that thing is not catching me no more. I gives a fuck. Telling your best friend, telling your man, telling your woman, putting voice to it. Again, Mercury, putting communication to it, putting a plan to it, putting an understanding to it. You understand? Of what was weak in you and what no longer is going to be weak in you and how you're going to allow that thing to exit you. Saturn in reverse. How to get rid of it once and for frickin' all. For frickin' all. Oh, and of course, we want to do that. If Mercury is trining Saturn going reverse, the sun is also conjuncting Mercury. Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. So again, like I said, the sun and Mercury are both in Libra. So the sun is sitting right on top of Mercury. So if Mercury is trying in Saturn saying, yeah, we need to make these plans and based on what it is that we have revisited and the boundaries and shit that have come up and the limitations that have come up. And the sun says, yes, I concur. I back that shit up with ego, but with power, with illumination, not just Pluto power, because the moon trines Pluto that day too. Yay, on Saturday. Saturday's a power up day. Moon trines Pluto that day, but the sun is in conjunction with Mercury. Mercury is trining Saturn. Come on now. The sun is putting that illumination on our brain. The brain is putting the inspiration behind our strengths. And basically, Pluto is saying, yeah, stand in that. We're ready to do this. However, there's a little bit of a trick on Saturday. The moon is squaring Mars. So even though you may be ready to do it, even though the plan is in action, even though the weaknesses and the strengths have been identified, even though the boundaries have come up, there still may be a little trepidation in the movement. Why? Because Mars is in Gemini and it's squaring again the moon. So there could be an emotional eruption that can kind of get into place of you actually executing whatever it is that you need to execute that day. Some emotional eruptions, or because Mars is in Gemini, maybe there's way too many balls in the motherfucking air. You know, Mars, like I said before, is down with multiplicity. Like, right, it does things like 2 or 3, 5 different things at one time. Maybe on that day, on Saturday, you're getting a little pissed off because there's way too much being asked of you to do on that day. So you might want to put a couple of balls down and have somebody else take care of them before you fucking unleash on somebody and shank the next person that comes up to you. No, for real. Saturday is one of those days. When it's too much to handle, put them down. Don't let your ego step in the way and go, oh, I can do this. I made a plan for it. No. When it's too much, just stick with the minimum. All right. On Sunday, like I said, Saturn goes direct at 12:07 a.m. Venus goes into Scorpio at 3:52 a.m. The sun goes into Scorpio at 3:36 a.m. Before you wake up on Sunday morning, we will be in the depths of the ocean. We will be in Scorpio season, which I actually love because now, prayerfully, maybe that you revisited all of these rewards that are coming up for you, these blessings that are coming up for you, the challenge and the weaknesses that are coming up for you. Now in Scorpio season, you can go deep with that thing. You can swim even deeper because there's nothing impeding your dive. What about that for a fucking notion? What are you complaining about? What are you holding on to? As Scorpio says, oh, you done with that? You ready? So let's really go down there and get the gems. That's what Scorpio energy is about, y'all. I hate the fact, and I said this publicly, and I said this at blabbity.org's event to one of the groups there. I ride for Scorpio energy. A lot of Scorpios get bad raps, you understand? But I ride for it because it's the only energy that has the balls, the gumption, the courage, the wherewithal, the emotional stamina to go deep, deep, deep in the bottom of the ocean and go to places and mysteries of places that nobody else wants to go. Trust and believe. Scorpio energy is always caught in the depths of something. It's never superficial. That's going to be hard for that Mars riding in Gemini. That's for damn sure. But while we're in Scorpio season, but we have to do both. We got to stay afloat and we also have to go down and get them gems that we were afraid to get before. Why? Because Saturn was going and doing this thing and everything was in retrograde and we were scared. And Uranus and the North Node came together, putting us on a different track in May. You understand this? The Scorpio season is different. This Scorpio season says, I'm very, very convinced you can swim a whole lot deeper. You can go in the deep end of the pool now. You have the motherfucking fins. You got the goddamn life preserver. You actually, a stroke is a whole lot better. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? When Scorpio season rolls around, and especially because, again, Saturn will be direct, and Saturn's like, all right, we got the lessons, right? We know what we're doing, right? But Venus will be in Scorpio too. And Venus, again, is about desire and passion and love. And it's saying, yo, if you learned all of those lessons, that means we need to love harder. That means we need to go deeper. That means we need to be dedicated a little bit better. That means we need to be extreme about how we love and about the passion and the desires that we have, about the money that we want to make. We got to be extreme on that shit. 0 to 60 out this motherfucker. Scorpios don't deal with anything in the middle. Unlike Libra, that deals with everything in the median, the right in the middle, back and forth, nice little fulcrum, everybody's good. Scorpio's like, fuck that shit. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the ocean. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. I'm going to go from 60 to 0, 0 to 60. You never see me coming. We got to take advantage of whatever it is that we developed along this way. Scorpio says, come on, let's do it. What you waiting for? Extreme time. Does this make sense to y'all? Did y'all hearing honestly what I'm saying? Angie P, thanks, Sonja. Your last 2 readings have kept me from overreacting, and bringing the pause. Grace is beautiful. We don't want them pause on nobody. Angie P, don't give it to them yet. Oh, I hope y'all hearing me. On Sunday, Venus will quincunx Jupiter. That's why I went in on that, huh? And the sun will quincunx Jupiter. You see? So here's a hit. I don't know why I did this, but when I wrote Venus quincunx and Jupiter, the image that I had in my mind was a bull. Oh, is us bulldozing through toys to find the best one. And we tried, oh, Sonja, read your own handwriting. Bulldozing through the toys to find the best one. Like going in a like a toy box or something and trying to go through and bulldoze into them, trying to find the best one because we're tired of waiting. Thank you, Sonja. That's what Venus, quincunx, and Jupiter is about. It's about looking for what values us because we're tired of waiting. We're irritated. We're irritated in the wait. Where's the blessings? Where's the blessings? I got to have them because I've been fishing for them for so long. I've been patient for so long. I've been loving this one for so long. Pipe down. Don't get too irritated so you don't allow the blessings to pass you. That's all I'm going to say on Sunday. It's way too much other information going on Sunday to snap into for you to be worried about whether your blessings are passing you or not. They're not. You've been working on it. Pay attention to you. Also, the sun will quincunx Jupiter. Same as that, but now you have the light. Yes, believe what you see. Thank you, Sonja. I'm so damn good. So you don't have to bulldoze through the toys because the toys that's meant for you are there. When the sun is quincunxing Jupiter, it's the same kind of thing, but now we have the light on it. Now the sun is quincunxing Jupiter going, yeah, so we're irritated by what? You allowing your ego to be irritated by what? Jupiter is about to go direct. You don't have to get irritated. You'll see the blessings and the rewards that's coming to you next week. Trust and believe. Please trust and believe. And as we gather it, next week is the last week to implement them things. I hate to say things like that because sometimes, people hold you to that. And then oftentimes, God is in control of all of this. So it doesn't matter what the universe is doing, astrologically speaking, God is in control of it. So the next week before Mars goes into retrograde, we want to be able to implement not only the blessings that we think that's not coming on Sunday because it's irritated by the sun and Venus is irritated by Jupiter, but all the shit that we've been doing all week, it definitely will come. Be patient. If it's not coming the week after, it'll come. But when what's this? October 30th falls into play and Mars goes retrograde, then you're gonna have to apply the patience because you're not gonna be able to see it as readily as you would the blessings that is and the work that you did in order to confront those lessons. You won't be able to see it this week, maybe not next week, or especially when Mars goes into to Gemini. You just got to keep plowing, y'all. You just got to keep working. You just have to keep confronting and making your name known. And how do you do that? By honestly, in my opinion, fucking owning up to the fact that you ain't that you ain't all that at times, that you're still working on yourself, that you do what you do and the best that you can do, and you all right with it. You all right with you. How about that for a notion? I feel like I'm talking in circles. Do y'all hear me? Y'all hear what I'm saying? All right, I think I'm getting a little weary. I had the sniffles yesterday, and I'm hoping nothing is kind of trying to get a hold of my body here. But I know one thing, we're going to fight all of these goddamn bugs that are coming my way. I'm not talking in circles, Jay Walker. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like it. All right, y'all. Y'all want a quick read? Anybody that has their sun, their moon, and their rising? Again, thank y'all for being here. If you want a reading, a 90-minute reading, hit me up on my website at Wordlife Astrology. Just for those that came in late, I've actually been given my walking papers by Essence Magazine, so I'm no longer the astrology horoscope columnist, although my columns will appear to the end of the year. Starting January 23rd, I'll no longer be the Essence Magazine columnist, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. It was a wonderful situation. However, they want another astrologer to speak to Gen Z. So there you go. After 8 years, I can't be mad. I can't be mad. T-Vibe, you a first timer? All right. So, excuse me, this is the part of this long ass broadcast in which I read one or two people with their sun, their moon, and their rising. Welcome, T Vibe. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Something bigger, Gail. You know the deal. You know how God works. But who can say they wrote for Essence for 8 years? I can. I ain't mad about it. Yes, I'm ready for the new endeavors, Angie P. I appreciate that. We're going to go with This Is Who. This is who? Pisces Sun, Scorpio rising, a Cancer Moon. Wow, look at all of that water. That sweet, sweet water coming your way. I love Pisces people. I love Pisces people for the fact, and I've said this before, they're the last sign of the zodiac. So they are geniuses in their own way, to be quite honest with you. They just don't believe it as strongly as probably Aquarius believes that they know everything, or strongly as probably Capricorn believes that it's the boss. Like Pisces don't really fall under the line of all the courage in the world, but they absolutely are geniuses. They're the last sign of the zodiac that incorporates all the other signs within them, for sure, for sure. The thing about Pisces energy is that y'all don't want to be here. Y'all just don't want to be on this planet. So oftentimes y'all come off as very naive. Or, and I'm speaking generally right now, this is who, because I may be talking to another Pisces in here, but Pisces, or I may be talking to about a Pisces that some of y'all may know. I found that Pisces energy can either be incredibly and wildly, and this is for every sign, though, in their light, which means in their genius for them specifically, in their wisdom, or they can be petty as fuck. And I think that pettiness when it comes to Pisces and riding with that vibration is the fact that they don't want to be smashed, right? They don't want to be run over. Pisces energy can be very wishy-washy, and let me say that properly, very much shape-shifting energy, in and out, not solid as much as Taurus is, right? If I had to make a comparison. And oftentimes Pisces low energy deals with life in a very petty kind of way because it doesn't want to get run over by the higher, or I should say, that's not the right word, by the more forceful and aggressive energies on the planet. Does that make sense to you? This is who? This is who? Does that make sense? And to anybody else that deals with Pisces and understand Pisces energy, it can absolutely be petty as fuck. So what they do is try to find a way to stay alive, to stay afloat, to stay jumping and frolicking through the water, to be in existence without getting touched, without being the bad guy. They start a problem and try to fix the problem. They'll put themselves in the problem and make themselves be the victim, but then, again, make themselves actually solve the problem and be everybody's goddamn confidant and bring them out of the emotional turmoil when they're the ones that started. It's just really, really weird. Again, that may not be you, this is who, but I had to speak to that other end of Pisces. Now, here's the other part you have, and if this is part of you every now and again in your life, sweetie pie, your Scorpio rise and your Cancer moon helps to add to that. To be truthful with you, your Scorpio rise blocks people off. It's probably good that you have a Scorpio rise with your Pisces sun, because you have a way of observing before things come to you. You have a way of, that's Pluto on the rise, basically. And Pluto always sits there like, what you looking at? Intimidating motherfuckers. That Scorpio rise can be very, very intimidating. You either have really, 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 really small eyes, and you're always watching somebody, or you pull back and your eyes are not that small, but you're not talking as much. That's Scorpio rise for you, because it likes to flush out. It likes to see the whole room in 2.2 seconds before it actually reacts to anything that's coming its way, especially with the moon in Cancer. You can't react too much with the moon in Cancer because you either be overly emotional and very, very complaining. Like the moon in Cancer can complain a lot. I have a couple friends that have moon in Cancer, but you're very nurturing. You're always saving somebody. Be careful, but that moon in Cancer will allow you to hold on, especially moon in Cancer, Pisces sun, and Scorpio rise, hold on to a lot of other people's shit. The Scorpio rise helps to block it out, but your Pisces sun and your Cancer moon wants you and thinks it's your duty to hold on to other people's pain and trauma. And when you cannot, now I'm not saying this is you in particular, this is who, but when you cannot flush out the emotions that Cancer moon and that Pisces sun is holding on to, that can possibly turn you to be petty. because you don't have the capacity to hold on to people's emotions. So you get kind of flustered with how you're going to assimilate the emotions that's coming out at you, and you put blame on other people and situations and stir up other shit. And then all of a sudden you're in this clusterfuck of emotions again. Not saying it's you, but you have to be careful of that because you got a lot of emotional vibration on you, which means you don't even know if it's you or not that's sad, mad, glad, or frustrated or irritated. Oftentimes it could be people in Trader Joe's and shit, and you just picking up on everybody, and then you react to the people that love you. Be careful. And then the Pisces just gets mad at the fact that you react, because the Pisces actually is really fucking compassionate and wants to take care of everybody. And every time it says an ill word, it's trying to make up for that ill word, that ill thought. Every time it becomes petty, then it tries to do something else to fix the petty. I'm just saying, this might not be you, but pay attention to these things that come up around you in that way. Again, one more time, I like the fact that you have the Scorpio rise because it helps you at least to be observant of what's going on around you and what you're taking in. Please do that for yourself, honestly. And you got to go to the spa like every day, to the water or something. Get that shit off of you. Hope that helped. All right. And again, this is not me picking on you, but I do my best to stay away from being very specific, even if I can see them in these general rundowns and these general reads, because I have integrity and I want people to be protected as much as possible. So there you have it. This is who said, thank you. I feel like that gave me a key because I'm a big-hearted person, but sometimes I find myself in a mood where I want to sting somebody. Ain't that the truth? Well, yeah, because you got a Scorpio rising. So that's your defense. Your defense is Scorpio. Bottom line. So you're going to sting them, but you mainly want to sting them because you take on too much emotions. And that's on you, boo-boo. Oftentimes we don't know how to manage that, nor do we know how to control that, but it's on you to get it off of you. You have to create a ritual around your lifestyle so you don't go around stinging people. You don't have to sting anybody. Again, all this I teach in a way that all of this shit comes back to us. Bottom line, point blank. It's not other people. All right. Anybody else want to get a quick read? Is that it? LB, have we done this before? Gemini, Sun and Moon with a Taurus rising. Have we done this before, honey? Gemini, Sun and Moon with a Taurus rising. Oh my God, it's an hour 21 seconds. Let me get off of this thing. LB, you're very, very welcome. We have done this before, LB? Please answer that question. I do want to give somebody else another opportunity. We have done this. You said 2 thumbs up means we've done this. Okay, cool. Because I remember your name. Let me see somebody else is up here, sweetie pie. I like to give other people chances that have not. And it doesn't look like anyone else wants a read. Do you know your sun, your moon, and your rising? Okay, T-Vibe, I got you. I see you now. My bad. Thank you, LB, but let's give a couple other people a little chance, okay? And you can always sign up for a reading if you want. Well, I'll come back to you in a couple of weeks. T-Vibe, Cancer Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra what? Libra rising? Cancer Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra rising. Is that right, T-Vibe? Because you didn't put the word rising down. I just want to make sure. All right. Cancer Sun, love that. Taurus Moon, Libra rise. You know what I love about Taurus Moon people? And I know a couple of people have Taurus Moon. It's such a calm energy. How you respond. Taurus Moon people are always good for catastrophes. When a catastrophe goes down and blows up, something happens. You understand what I mean? You're always good for that because you keep your calm, you keep your center. You react in a way that allows you to be methodical and strategical. And again, in your center, so you know what to do for everybody involved. Taurus Moon. right? Your Libra rise keeps you attracting partnerships. You got to be careful though, because when it comes to Libra rising people, for anybody, again, I always like to do my best to read the good and the bad, the up and the down about everybody's chart, especially when I do a reading with them, because we are made of all of that. We are an integrated force. Okay, so you need to know it all. Libra rising, when it comes up, is very tricky because it's very, very charming, very diplomatic, very dignified in its own way. However, it can lose itself in its partner if you're not too careful. LB, you can lose yourself in other people, whether there be a business relationship or a partner. Libra rising is always attracting good partners and always feel like they need a partner. You need yourself in order to build yourself and for you to get the strongest partner that you will end up with. That's for sure. That goes for everybody, but definitely for you, Libra rising people and Libra people, because they lean and put so much emphasis on, they lean into and put so much emphasis in their partnerships, right? Libra, what you say, Cancer, what? Cancer sun. So that leaps, and especially because that squares your sun. Cancer is really interesting like that when it comes against this Libra energy, and I'm going to express to you how and why. Because Cancer, just like Libra, wants a partnership. Cancer wants emotional security. Cancer wants practical security, you want to be able to pay the rent kind of situation, but more so emotional security, right? And Libra energy likes security of a different kind, of a communicative kind, of sharing the brain, the cerebral shit, of the intellect, right? So Libra continues to, your rise continues to allow you to attract the people that you can talk to, have great debates with. However, the sun and Cancer may not be able to deal with the type of partners that you attract. Remember, y'all, when you have your rise on, that's who you attracted. And when you meet these people, when you get to know these people, sooner than soon, you have to put down your rise because you have to show them who you are. So with you, LB, if you're attracting people that are really talkative and communicative, and you love that, but the Cancer in you would rather just pull back, would go home, chill out. You want to eat. You get really sensitive by people's reaction and even their snarky remarks, right? You have to know who you're showing them. You're showing them the Libra because the Libra loves snarky remarks. The Libra loves to be a little, sarcastic and cynical. The Cancer don't like that. So you got to be very, very, very particular and aware who you showing, because people will react to whoever you're showing. And if you get your feelings hurt, that means you are attracting different types of people that's just rocking with that Libra, and you can only rock with them on a superficial level. Does that make sense, LB? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. This was a calm rundown. I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope LB, and I'm sorry, that was T Vibe. I hope T Vibe and This Is Who got enough out of these little quick reads, and that this wild boy has talked to you from a confronting space of confronting all of the things that you need to confront, so Saturn can have its way and go direct on Sunday and plot and plan the things that we need to do. So when Saturn goes direct, though, understand this. Okay, real quick. When Saturn goes direct, not only will the rewards come, but then we will be set in a different discipline, a different type of ritual, things that we need to do differently in order to make us win. What does that look like for you? What does that really look like for you? You got to do different things on a daily basis in order to go there, in order to go where you want. I'm just saying. I think I'm going to reiterate some shit, but I don't want to. I'm going to get off this thing. Goodbye, everybody. I'll talk to you next time, next week, possibly maybe on IG. You never know. Please follow me there as well, Wordlife Sonja Marie, and I'll speak to you real soon. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to Austin, Texas. Anybody in Austin? You want to see me at the blavity.org event, the AfroTech event? Please come. When is it? I think I am speaking on the 12th and the 14th. November 12th and the 14th. I will be at AfroTech and blavity.org. So please come on through. And then I'm doing a donation-based only eclipse workshop next Tuesday. So come and check us out. You're welcome, or check me out. Us, because it'd be me and the rest of them. I said it right the first time. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.